Hello. This is the inner world for today. This is where I just read some questions or comments by subscribers, and I just talk off the top of my head pretty much to address these issues for everybody. So, this one woman was on a call with us the other day and asked about sleep procrastination. She was an older woman, I think maybe retired, or a lot of the other people there were retired, so they were thinking about her question in that way. But I think most women, or many women I talk to with ADHD, have trouble getting up to bed, getting to sleep, just a habit of staying up late that's really starting to bother them, whether they're scrolling on their phone or just sitting there watching one show after another, or just wanting to get upstairs but just can't seem to do it. And so, I just have thoughts about it. Sometimes I like the way she said the sleep procrastination, which was really a good description of it. So it's this habit of staying up late is often like just a search or response to your brain saying, I need personal time. Often with ADD, whether you're a man or a woman, you just, in this case, woman, pressuring yourself to get everything done, or it means you haven't had enough personal time, pleasure, things, ways to let your brain just go when there's no demands on it. You have to figure out what is happening here. What need are you trying to fill? Even if it's not unhealthy, your response, it means you need something that you're not getting if you're not liking the outcome. So sometimes you're trying to steal quiet personal time because you've been so hurried during the day, or you don't feel like you have control in the rest of your life or the day, and this is a quiet time where you're all alone and you can do what you want to do. I had one client years ago who, it was very unhealthy, but it was showing what she needed in her life was some time for herself. She had kids. She had so many demands on herself that she placed, so she would just go out all night long to one of these all-night big box stores and just wander the halls just to have that time for herself, which is completely counterproductive because she was exhausted and then her ADHD was more out of control. But again, it shows there's a need. If you find you need more time for yourself, you need to take it in different ways. Sometimes, of course, people just have time blindness and they're not sure what time it's getting to be, and they're very task oriented. They just want to get something done, whether it might be very creative activity or it might be just doing all the organizing and things that are driving you. Often, sometimes you're just exhausted from this masking, pretending all day and being on all day, whether it's at work or with other people in your life. And so this is the time where you can just let down and just be yourself. All these things are symptoms that you need more time for yourself, and you need your brain to be able to go in the way it wants to go in more of the time. On the other hand, if you're retired and you're not bothering anybody and it doesn't bother you, you might just change your schedule around and know that you can stay up late. And sometimes people do their most creative work, or they enjoy just sitting on the watching TV, or they're doing creative work, or they're just enjoying their time reading, or when they don't want to go to bed. And if that's okay, if it's not bothering anybody or yourself, you go to bed later and you get up later. So, it's all a matter of choice and what works for you. You might need more time to unwind and time to process. Also, you could also move upstairs earlier before you get into that fog or that hyper focus mode where you can't move, you're just too exhausted to move. Why don't you go upstairs earlier? I always tell people, just create a nice atmosphere in your bedroom where you can either be on your couch there watching TV so you're closer to your bed, or be in bed with a nice little desk to do whatever projects you want. But you have to couple it with pleasure. Enjoy what you're doing in that bedroom. Get yourself closer to the bed earlier before it becomes impossible to move. So those are my thoughts on the sleep procrastination piece. The other question was, or just really comments after I wrote a post on negative bias that we have about our lives. And the first couple of questions I had asked, someone responded to. It was easy for them to, what are you looking forward to with satisfaction, or looking back on with pleasure? And this woman who's having some difficult times in her life, she said she looked forward to the party that she's looking forward to the party their grandchildren are giving her for her 80th birthday. It should be a lot of fun. We talked about looking forward even to little things or big things, but instead of just focusing only on the difficult things, to couple it with this too, to leave a little space to look at these things with a different lens. And then she said and she's looking back, because last Friday her sister gave her early birthday gift of a visit to a farm that had animals, cows, and she got to cuddle with cows. It was awesome. I did this actually with my best friend for her birthday last year, a big birthday, and I found a beautiful cow cutting place, and we went, and we, just like she said, we cuddled, and it was really awesome too. I agree. So that's just for this week, and I will talk to you soon.